Good morning, everybody. I'd like to call to order a Board of Directors special meeting for the Dutchess County IDA. Jasmine, would you please take a roll call for attendance?
Tim Dean,
Here.
Mark Doyle,
Yeah.
Kathy Bauer, Amy Bondieri,
Here.
Jamie Capone,
Here.
Don Sagliano,
Here.
Al Torriani.
Okay, is anybody attending via video?
No.
Okay, we do have a quorum.
Yes.
Okay. First comment is about our conflict of interest disclosure. If anybody is aware of a conflict with anything on our agenda, if they could please let us know right now. Okay, hearing none, just a reminder that if during the meeting, for any reason you become aware of a conflict, please let us know at that time and we'll recuse you from the meeting. Proof of meeting notice was posted?
Yes.
Okay, and with all the changes, we were able to still continue to notice properly. Great. Bills and communications.
None.
Approval of minutes of the July 12th, 2023 meeting. Did everybody have a chance to review those? Is there any changes that we need to note or corrections? Would someone be willing to make a motion to approve the minutes?
I'll make a motion.
Thank you, Amy. Any second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Mark. Jasmine, would you please take a roll call vote?
Mark Doyle,
Approve.
Amy Bondieri,
Approve.
Jamie Capone,
Approve.
Don Sagliano,
Approve.
Tim Dean.
Approve. Okay, any report of the treasurer at this special meeting?
No.
Okay, any committee reports?
None.
Okay, any unfinished business?
No.
All right, new business. For consideration and approval of a final authorizing resolution for T-Rex. Do we need to call anybody in?
So we do have Larry Boudreau from the project in case there are questions from the
Okay,
board.
let's bring him in.
Oh.
Yeah, I'll send it to you.
Okay. Mapping. That's what we're mapping.
Just introduce everybody once again to Larry Boudreau, who is one of the members of the LLC before us today. So again, Sarah, do you want to just kick this off real quickly, just to remind everybody where we are?
Yes, so this is the final approval for Belfield Phase 2. This is the mostly commercial and retail portion of the project. They are asking for a deviated, 20-year deviated pilot, of which they have a written consent from both the town and the school district for that. It also has been determined that it does qualify as a tourist destination. So the board is able to induce this project.
All right. And just.
Real quick, I'm sorry, and the public hearing was held on Thursday, August 17th. We received written comments and we did have a person attend the hearing. The transcript of the hearing, was forwarded to the board for your review last week.
And I hope everybody had a chance to read those and watch those appropriately. I know that I did. And is there any questions that anybody has for Mr. Boudreau?
I don't have a question directly, but I just wanted to bring in this observation, and that is, and I don't know, with regard to the declaration that it's suitable for us relating to the report of stores and so on. The company made a determination that it did fit the tourism destination category, but I think it's probably still, on us to accept that conclusion, right?
Yes, so just to kind of go back in the history of it is that when we approved phase 1 or the hotel, at that time, it qualified as a distressed area under the state's definition. Since
Just to be clear, it also qualified under tourism.
Yes, it also qualified for tourism at that time as well. So it had both determinations. The board decided to go with the distressed determination. Since that time, that distressed determination no longer is valid. So because this determination was done back in 2018, we decided as the IDA to verify all the information that first determined it as a tourist destination was still valid and true. So we did go out to a third party to take a look at the documents, and they verified that it is still valid and true.
And again, just as was distributed to us, the firm that initially declared that it was a acceptable tourism destination, that firm was no longer in business. So we did, to be sure, we reached out to a new firm, which was Tours, and
Excellent.
they did their own independent study and validated that it qualifies now as tourism. We did that.
And is that cost, the cost of that, was that borne by the applicant?
No, we'll bear the cost of that report.
Okay.
And the change, was that from the census? Was that to 2020?
Yes.
And to be clear, I think they changed the way the census tracts are reported. So in order to really zero in on that question, to be able to prove that it's like either in a distressed area or next to a distressed area, the language of the statute hasn't caught up with the way the federal government now does the census and identifies them. And we can't dig down, no one can dig down deep enough to find out whether it's so. So the tourism destination facility exception is the more appropriate one in this case.
And it certainly is a priority in our county as well. Okay, Mark.
No, I just.
Question? That's fine.
Question, and then I would go to the next level and say I agree and concur with the report. I think it's exactly accurate.
Okay. Any other questions? All right, this has been a long process. Would somebody be willing to make a motion for the final authorizing resolution for T-Rex?
I'll make a motion.
Amy, thank you. Second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Jamie. All right, Jasmine, would you please take a vote?
Mark Doyle,
Approved?
Amy Bondieri,
Approved.
Jim Picone,
Approved.
Don Sagliano,
Approved.
Approved. Okay, that's an approval. We wish you,
We have another one. We need to them.
oh, I apologize. Okay, we need for consideration approval of a supplemental authorizing resolution for T-Rex Hyde Park owners to amend the agreements to reflect the release of the Phase 2 land from the description of the land.
Yeah, and so just to explain the structure, so we have the existing Lot 1 agreement already. There's a lease agreement there for the 300 plus acres, and it's mostly vacant at this point. And this is basically to remove the 49.88 acres that are going to be part of the Phase 2 lease agreement. And so now what will be left of Lot 1 is just the remaining vacant land that likely, when they're ready to move forward on other parts of the project, will be amended or released at that time.
And I assume there's no objections from the financiers of anything of the Lot 1 is, doesn't devalue that part.
Right, because most of what, anything there usually is going to be subject to any future mortgages. They're likely going to have a mortgage on the Phase 2 property since that's where the value of the property would be.
Correct.
Okay, any questions?
So, but is it all deeded as one contiguous?
They're going to be subdividing it. It hasn't yet been subdivided, but we did get a legal description and survey showing the exact portion of the land that will be part of Phase 2. So the legal descriptions will have all the meets and bounds.
Any other questions? Hearing none, is anybody willing to make a motion for the supplemental authorizing resolution?
I'll make the motion.
Thank you, Mark. Second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Don. All right, Jasmine, would you please take a roll call vote?
Mark Doyle,
Approved?
Amy Bondieri,
Approved.
Jim Picone,
Approved.
Don Sagliano,
Approved.
Jim Dean.
Approved. Okay, now I'd like to congratulate you. It's a huge project. It's very important for
Yes, thank
Hyde
you.
Park and for the county, so we wish you success.
Thank you very much. And on behalf of Tom Morrow and T-Rex, thank you very much for helping us, guide us through the whole process. Thank you, Sarah. Big help. Liz, big help. Thank you.
Good luck.
Yep, thank you.
And then one last thing, comment on this project, just as an FYI, is that this project does qualify and will be under the local workforce policy, and we will be hiring Loki Brill to help us monitor the compliance to that project.
Great. Thank you, everybody.
Bye now.
Thank you.
Okay, is there any other business that we need to discuss within the IDA special meeting? Okay, hearing none, I'd like to adjourn that meeting.